Right, so I checked through my old videos and it's been exactly 1 year since I was making videos. So the last thing I want to do is bore you with all the information as to what my cat, and it's pretty nice, isn't it, over there? Yeah. Cool, anyway, right. The reason why I stopped the videos back then was I was on prep and it was a tough prep. I've had preps before that were tough, but they were manageable. This one in particular, I don't know, maybe it was my mindset, maybe because I had other things going on in my personal life, it felt harder than normal. I just decided to take a step away from it. The prep I was on when I was making videos, I actually came second, so that was a bit of a shit result for me. I'd already lost my finger at the beginning of the year when squatting, cut my finger off. That's the update on that, by the way. I ended up winning I ended up winning an overall with PCA. So I got this sword, which I still haven't mounted to the wall yet. Unfortunately, another second place, and that was with FitX. What's it about? Reintroduction again.
You're not even filming it. I didn't realise it was on GoPro. Just eating some.
Looks like you're wanking off a cucumber there.
I am. It's more than what you've got.
Bitch. This is actually a new environment as well, so me and Amy bought a house. Actually went through in like February time, so when the fit videos stopped, but I think that's maybe potentially could have contributed to the stress. We actually moved into our new house May the 7th. Anyone who follows my Instagram will already know this. There was a new addition to the Mackins family, and it's Arnie Mack. So and he is my pride and joy. He doesn't really like Amy. The last thing I wanted to do was to just be generic. Too many times am I seeing the same thing again and again and again and again? How many times can we watch it, you know, between reps, they're like, hum, hum, and it's like slowed down music as they walk into the gym. And my idea is to try and do something that's actually going to be informative, that people can watch, like newer bodybuilders can watch and maybe take something from it, take some inspiration from, or actually learn something when they watch it rather than just a generic video. So that's my idea. Periodically film throughout the week, get bits and bobs of information, maybe a tiny bit of training footage, but only again if it's, I really believe it's like of interest and something that's actually impressive or something that's going to benefit the viewer, and that's that. Say goodbye, Annie. Hold on a minute, it wouldn't be right if I didn't do a circle of life. Sorry boys, sorry. That didn't go down too well. So we've come on a day trip to London. True romantic that I am, I decided to take Amy to the Natural History Museum. The weather has held up for us. Both of us are roughly 10 weeks out. Food prep done. I think there's a lot of time people use it as an excuse as to why they couldn't stick to a diet plan, because I was out for the day, because work was busy, because you know, just with a little bit of pre-planning and a little bit of time spent on preparation, you don't need to fall off the wagon. Loud bus. Because one tire's punctured, you wouldn't get out then puncture the other three, you know? You can make a mistake but then still rectify things and get back on track. Natural History Museum. Right, back to the Airbnb. It would be so much easier right now to get a takeout, get whatever. But we both have a goal in mind, and to get there, you can't half-ass this shit. You've got to do it or not do it. And so many of my clients, again, I know that it means different things for different people, but if you have a goal in mind and you're willing to just fuck it off every time something comes up, you're in for a rude awakening, because life will always throw you curveballs. You need to work around it. So now I've got to go find a shop on Google Maps and buy our shit. But if it was easy, everyone would do it. Hello. I'm all good. Thank you very much. Cheers, you too. And as simple as that, we're done. All right, so just currently on my way to train. Having a few clients that are experiencing certain things when they're dieting down. So almost like the frequently asked questions of when people are dieting down, what are things to expect? One of the main reasons I believe most people fail, they lose motivation and end up falling off track and just going back to what they were doing before because of slow results. Results are slower than what people assume. You can't undo years of not dieting with a couple of weeks of dieting. I think what it is people have an unrealistic expectation of what happens when you start dieting. There's a phase that you go through before you get better. Stop eating as much so you lose your initial fullness, but you're not lean. It's unnerving to say the least. Your adherence to your diet is seemingly getting worse. It happens to most people. It's people's inability to get past this period of time knocking people off track. They think to themselves, what effort I'm putting in and I'm not really getting much back. But then following on from that, if you make it through that, then you're going to have plenty of other emotions and feelings that you go through as well. But also know that things aren't set in stone, and it's not like 100% everyone feels exactly the same, because we all react differently to different stress and stimulus, right? What one person feels and another person feels might be different. And why is that person eating more calories than me? I need to know the calories. I need to know the number. And it's not that you don't need to know the calories you're eating. It's interesting, I get it. And sometimes you need to know what you need to adjust and whatever. It takes what it takes to get lean. And that level is different from person to person. You may feel hungry, but you may not. You may feel smaller than you'd like, but you may not. You may have disrupted sleep, but you may not. You may lose strength, but you may not. People assume that there is almost like a checklist of things that you are definitely going to feel. And I think that you almost tell yourself things are going to happen. So if you tell yourself you're going to get weaker because you're eating less, starting on the back foot already, just accepting that you're going to get weaker because you're eating less, think to yourself, fuck that, I'm not going to allow myself to get weaker. Don't just keep thinking of, am I there yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? If you enjoy the day to day and enjoy the process and enjoy the actual act of getting there and enjoy your training sessions and just enjoy general life that's away from dieting, maybe you can get more enjoyment out of the process rather than just thinking, am I there yet? When am I going to be lean? We live in 2022 where everything is now. We want it now or we don't want it at all. Try to practice deferred gratification. Imagine it's like a bank account. Every training session that you do and every meal, you're making a tiny deposit. Even if we're talking pence. But after a while, you've built up something worthwhile. If you're looking every single day, you're probably going to be disappointed. But instead, just think about the long-term game. Building muscle really isn't that fast. Regardless of what you may or may not see on Instagram, it is not fast. Anyway, off to train now. Gonna hit some 70 kilogram dumbbells on incline press. Try my best to get to 15 reps. I'm not sure where I'm gonna get. We shall see. So having watched the videos back, they're okay. A lot of room for improvement. On my last prep, I strained this pec. About 5 weeks ago, I strained this pec. I haven't got full confidence back yet still. I've gone lighter and I've built it back up to this point again. Felt a niggle, sort of backed off the weight, and 5 weeks later I'm here again. I still haven't got quite to where I want to be, but that's 2 sets on the 70 kilogram dumbbells. Yeah, I mean, it could be better, but I'm still happy. Working my way up to 15 is still the goal. I've been in a deficit now for what, 3 and a bit weeks. Got 7 kilograms. No excuse to allow yourself to get weaker. Like, come in with the mindset that you're gonna come and do your best ever. Even if it isn't your best ever, the mindset of trying to be your best is what I'm talking about. Okay, for the rest of the workout, here we go. So, and now for something completely different. How many people do you know who take their cat out for a walk? Come on, boy. Come on. Yeah, so when we got him, he wasn't vaccinated, so he wasn't allowed out. Then he got vaccinated, and then for various reasons, he hasn't been allowed out yet. So we still haven't let him out on his own yet, and we're a little bit nervous to do it. So taking him out in the lead. Get some funny looks, but hey, it's 2022. Okay, so I want to finish up the video. Got it. Oh, good anyone. So I want to finish up the video talking about intensity during sets. So what I do with the clients, I try to get quite interactive and ask them for training videos. I get them to send me their working sets. A lot of time clients are just going to the number that's set rather than actually going to failure. If your plan says 8 to 12 reps, you need to figure out a weight that makes you fail between 8 to 12 reps. I'm going to show you an example of a set, and then I'm going to show you an example of what your set should look like. Which is way too easy, needless to say. So instead, think about what weight is actually going to challenge you for that rep range. So this is what it should look like. So don't just hit the rep range stated on your plan, hit the rep range that makes you fail on that given weight. Do I be witty or just say, no. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode, which will be next week.